It's your girl T here, back with the Tea Time Tuesday video. I know you guys are having a beautiful, blessed day because you're tea timers. It's absolutely what we do. Our affirmation of the day is this too shall pass. This too shall pass. We're tea timers. So we might have a reaction, but we know that this too is going to pass. I wanted to do this video about spiraling. We've all done it. We've all had days where we spiraled. I actually spiraled yesterday. I had a day at work where I set an intention. I always set intentions because I work in the hospitality industry and Mother's Day is a big day for us. I set an intention to hit a certain number, and it kind of crumbled down. I was halfway through and I went into victim mode. I felt like I wasn't getting closer to my goal, and then I started getting into desperation mode where I started chasing the number as opposed to having fun, making people feel good, and doing what I do best, which is just going with the flow. And I didn't hit my number, and the flow just got me annoyed, and I went into victim mode, like I said. And the funny part about it is I'm so into flow whenever I go into work or in my day-to-day life that my girlfriend picked up on it. She noticed my energy shift. She goes, I can tell you're rattled. What's going on? And I had a big talk with her after work, and she was like, well, your biggest thing is detachment. So do you not believe in that anymore? And it got me out of my spiral. It had been a couple hours of me playing victim, and it got me out of my spiral. I'm like, of course I believe in detachment. It's so what I believe in. And we sat and went back and forth because I've helped her manifest so many things. She's like my work bestie, and when you are so invested in being in your place of peace and being centered and being in flow all the time, people around you notice when you're off because your energy can't lie. So this video is to say that if you have had some days where you've been off, it's all good. I've said that throughout my video history. It's all good if you react to things that are going crappy. It's all good if you have something that triggers you and pisses you off. Have your reaction. But it's the way that you recover from that that's going to matter. Do you react to it and then remind yourself, like, I'm a king or a queen? It's all good. I accept the situation, but it's only up from here. Or this means that my manifestation, whatever you say to calm yourself down. And do you have a moment but you recover from it? Or is it you're reacting to it for the next 2, 3, 4 weeks, months, the next year, and it just takes you out? We all have to have a recovery plan on how we're going to bounce back when things don't look the way that we want them to. All of us will have certain times where something will pop up for us, and it could be for a minute, it could be for 5 minutes, it could be for a day, it could be for a month. I'm hoping it's not past a month, but it happens to the best of us. But how are we going to step back into our power, regain our composure, get ourselves back to centering ourselves, and keep it moving? What I did yesterday when I had a bit of a reaction is I went home and listened to calming subliminals. I took a nice long shower, and I felt like a brand new person when I woke up today. I spent the whole day pampering myself before I went to work, and I had a beautiful day at work because I refocused myself. I brought myself back to who I was. I reminded myself of who I am all day, and I went into work a brand new person. And everybody noticed. They're like, you have such great energy today. You feel like yourself. It is foul. What am I trying to say? It's error proof. If you have a game plan of how you bounce back from a spiral in the 3D, it will never fail. I could tell my energy was off yesterday. You will feel when your energy is off. You will feel when you shift into a negative place that you don't like to sit, and your body will react to that. I actually cut myself at the end of my shift yesterday. That's how much I felt it when I reacted to something, because it spirals. When you stay in that victim timeline and you're reacting, and things are happening to you instead of through you, you will feel it. Things outside of you will show it, and you will feel a shift internally, and you'll feel off because you're normally in a good place, a place of peace, a place of love, a place of harmony. You'll feel the shift in your energy. How do you bounce back? For me, it's going out in nature, taking walks, doing things I love, really focusing back on myself and centering myself. What does it look like for you? Empower yourself to have a game plan for if something throws you off. And it's not to say it'll happen every day, every week, every month, but here and there, you may have a time where something throws you off, and how are you going to react to it? How are you going to bounce back to it? How are you going to reshift your energy back to a neutral place of peace where you can feel peaceful again and go forward? For myself, it was only 2 hours that I acted like this, and then I returned myself back to my homeostasis place. I returned home, as I like to say, which is I centered myself, and then I went from there, and I felt completely brand new. And if you really, really, really don't get what I'm saying, think of it like this. When somebody has a baby and the baby's like 6-7 months old, and people will be like, oh, did she do her snapback? Like, did her body go back to her original form? That's what I'm talking about with manifestation. You can react to whatever you want to. Hopefully it's not as frequent as it used to be back in the day as you go along your journey. But what's your snapback plan? Like, how do you return back after you've had this reaction? Because it's for me, because I've been along this journey for a while now, I feel like it's unfair to be like, you'll never react to anything again. I don't think that's fair. But it is fair to say your reaction time will be a lot quicker and you'll return home a lot faster, because you won't want to lose that place of peace that you're so used to being in, and you won't want to lose control of knowing that you create your own reality and you have the power to look at this differently. You have the power to shift your focus. You have the power to go into a state or a timeline that this doesn't exist in. So once you know this information, you can't unknow it. And once you know better than the way that you're reacting, you'll want to react differently. You'll want to get out of icky reactions quicker, because you'll know that this isn't you and this isn't how you roll anymore. So this is all to say, if you've had a day here and there when you've reacted, don't torture yourself over it. You can revise it if you so choose to do so, or you can do what I do and just pick a new timeline where things are working out perfectly for you and you're all good. You've accepted that happen, but you're not going to let it define you. The 3D doesn't play you like that. You had a moment with the 3D, and now it's like that dirty ex that you don't want to see ever again, the one that you're not manifesting back, the non-SP where you're just like, ugh, I don't even know why I visited that in the first place. That's your 3D. You had a rendezvous with them, you had a blip in the system, and now they're back to being like, you're over here, I'm over here, and we'll stay that way. I love y'all, but not as much as you should be loving yourself. Have a beautiful, blessed Tuesday. Bye.